Okay, guys. Um, uh, or because money's not real. So when you have it on hand to appease people that ask for it, you know, then do what you got to do. Okay, don't see it as heroic. I don't see what I'm doing as heroic. I see it as right. Heroic is something you guys invented with Muslim. Jesus wasn't trying to be a hero. Jesus was being right because uh, when you understand truth, it requires that you be faithful to truth. Do you understand? And so the technology is aware of the political genocidal operations, okay, and is moving in directions to eliminate this kind of disease of that kind of mental disease and behavior. And that's all I know. Um, uh, I understand I'm the focal point of correcting, the disease of genocidal operators, self-destruction and stuff in technology. I understand that, and so I remain. I understand what a strong person I am. It's hard to understand it. You don't think you are. You watch TV and you see these brutish, psychotic. Yeah, no, I can't do fucking handstands. And I can't sit there and lift myself up on a bar. I can't do all that. If I decided to apply myself to do that, oh yeah, I'd be able to do it real easy. If I had applied myself to do that kind of stuff, if I focused and said, that's what I want to do. But why do I want to do something excessive, compulsive to impress people that are excessive, compulsive, which is insane, when I could do stuff naturally? Wow. What are you doing? Lounging on the couch. What happened? Bob's mom got mad and threw a knife. It's like, whoa. Just like a mongoose or other kind of animals that have instinctual survival, and with my different things. So strength is mostly mental and emotional, more so than it is physical, excessive, abusive psychosis. Okay? And I am more mentally and emotionally strong than any psychotic assholes on TV. Right? They're not strong enough to handle what I'm able to withstand and what I'm able to do. I can keep my calm. Life's eternal grace is infinite. The Lord's Prayer is perfect. And all the horrible things that these people do, I can keep my calm and go, okay, just focus on the Lord's Prayer. You're the focal point of the Lord's Prayer. You're the Messiah. You're a good guy. Keep it cool. Keep it cool, kid. Gotta keep it cool, kid. So I'm the Lord, the gracious good shepherd is always good. All right. And I didn't feel that way when I was younger. I'm like, but I was just like, Earl, what did you ever do? Did you, okay, I want to sign up to study sexual, I never did any of that shit. Okay. I understood my sexuality. One of the big ones was when I was going to marry my first wife. And I spoke out loud to Jesus in prayer because I was speaking literally, that one guy, your religious beliefs are selfish, because literally I'm talking to myself. Me and the Father are one. It's a continual molecular structure of a spirit that provides life to a similar molecular structure. So that, he's just talking to himself. But what I said to myself was, I don't see anything wrong with sexuality and having a healthy sex life and a healthy marriage, a healthy sexual marriage. So I don't see anything bad about this because I knew I had that presence of the Mormon church and other pervert hypocrites in my domicile. And the Pentagon was monitoring my dorm room, right? So I didn't do it in a way to, I'm going to catch you. I did it in a way to just, to state out, to speak out loud and say, hey, I don't have to justify myself to these self-righteous, pretentious hypocrites that use money and perversion and debt and trespass to act like they're more moral than other people. That's insane. Right? And even if they take all of my surveillance and all the surveillance of all the stuff and all the Jeffrey Epstein files and videos of Bill Clinton and other people doing their things and delete them, everybody still knows. Okay? And the technology doesn't need the evidence. It just needs to follow the patterns and the behaviors of right, wrong, good, bad, truth, and lie. And who's still perpetuating bad and wrong with lie and not doing good and right with truth. So we don't need any smoking guns. They knocked me down, taking it. Room 16 ain't got no view, but the hot plate's brand new. I guess a shoulder, right? So it's all that stuff. When I sat, after I listened to the 3 videos we made today in the tub, I sat and listened to the Temple set. I went to most popular. I went on the Temple set Illuminati sex class one, right? And I sat and listened to it, and I was like, wow, that was like 15 years ago, 14 years ago. It was the longest time ago. It was about 14. When was it? It was after you guys took the kids. And it's a video about these women. I'm talking about a video that you guys can't see. That's why the video doesn't work, because I don't say what I'm talking about. It was a video about women that were sexually assaulted in the military, and there was no repercussions from the men that did it. Okay? I got it at the Zool. And it was a video about women that, and men. There was a guy in the Air Force that was sexually assaulted by one of his superiors or whatever, his whatever you call those assholes. And the guy didn't get any repercussions for doing it. All right, he was sodomized and raped by the guy, and the guy didn't. Nothing happened to him, right? And everybody said, "Oh, I'd kill myself, what a pussy," and everything like that. So if you have to go get checked, okay, for rectal polyps, okay, and a man takes 2 fingers in a plastic glove and shoves them in your butt, are you going to kill yourself because you had to go get checked for that? Okay. Come on now, baby. You're Mr. Macho. Hey, look at him. He's doing handstand. He's a beast. Look at how the girl can't stop looking at him. Okay, let's do a rectal exam for prostate cancer. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, because I've had that. I remember when I told Amy, if I ever ask you to put it in there, you punch me, okay? I'm going to put it in your... No. Hit me, Amy. Okay. If I ever ask you, I'm going to put my penis in your butt. After the guy checked my bum at the hospital, I wanted to run out like Peter Griffin on Family Guy with the pants down at his ankles and it's like, that hurt. I'm like, no, I was never doing that. Okay, that's not fun. And it's not. Okay, but that's the equivalent of what happened. Okay. Either you're getting a guy who's doing it to check and see how you're being poisoned by industrialization is going to possibly kill you, and you need to be bombarded with radiation to attempt to survive it insanely. Okay, so you're getting raped at the hospital when you get checked for prostate cancer and colorectal polyps and stuff because you're being abused. So it's the same thing. So are you going to kill yourself because that happened? Or are you going to stand up for a Lord's Prayer and stop all this horse shit like the Big Bang Theory and MASH on TV? How many awards did they win? And are we living the Lord's Prayer? And are we free from debt and trespass? Well, then fuck their awards. Fuck your Emmys, fuck your Grammys. Not those Emmys. All Emmys that are good are daughters that have songs written by Paul Simon and also sang by... Andy Williams, Emily. Those are the best Emmys in the world, right? They're snuggable and huggable and give you slobbery kisses and laugh and say, and say, Dad, it's so easy to fall in love, and it feels good to laugh and giggle, and it also feels good to fart. It does. Go potty, yes. Okay. When it's healthy and getting out of your body, it feels good. It feels good for your body to work right and take care of you, right? So, assholes, a bunch of assholes, surrounded by assholes. Good old Kenwood from Abilene, Texas. Asshole. Parsons, all they got in Arizona is steers and queers, and I don't see no horns on you. Really? Okay. Sure about that? Okay. You don't want to grab this steer by the horns, I'll fuck you up. Okay. So, I'm actually from New Mexico, but my junior year in high school, we moved to Phoenix. My mom and dad tried to get me to where they wanted me to play college and professional basketball. And the coaches here were atrocious. They were jealous of my dad and myself. And Mom knew it because when we went in with, Whitey Kaufman, she goes, God, I can't see why you don't want to play basketball for that man. He's horrible. He's jealous and he's envious. He didn't know that I grew up with the Ponces. And he sat there and he bragged to her and he said, these kids watch TV and the worst thing they can do is watch the NBA. Because they watch the guys on the NBA and they think they can do it too. Okay? It was funny. Serendipity doo-dah. It was like the Lord set this up. But we were sitting there, right? And he started talking about Paul Ponce. And he didn't think my mom knew who Paul was. He says, I got this arrogant, cocky, shitty kid. And every year I keep him until the last thing and I cut him right before the season starts. And my mom, his mom knew who he was talking about. Because me and Paul were best friends growing up. Okay. And Mom was like, you've never met better people than the Ponces. You never met Paul's, he has that, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar says, you got to be cocky somewhat to be a good athlete. You got to know you're good. If you don't know you're good, you're not going to be any good. And, you can't defeat yourself mentally, okay, before you even play the game. So Paul knew he was a good athlete and knew he was good. And Kaufman hated that because Paul was gorgeous. Paul looked like Lancelot from Camelot with frickin' Richard Harris and stuff. These steely bluish kind of hazel eyes, and he was gorgeous. His dad looked like Jimmy Smits, and now as he got older, he looks like Jimmy Smits with silverly hazel. Gorgeous. He's a gorgeous guy. He's really good looking, right? And so he did that. He also did that to Robert Leidenheimer. He also did that to Cedric Diaz, and he did it to me. And my dad would come in, and my dad's gorgeous. He looks like a movie star. And we're cocky. We're those cocky jocks that everybody hates. It's like, no, we're just confident. We just know we're good. You never met nicer guys than us. Me and Cedric and Paul were, hey, you can do this. Come on, guy. Hang in there. Go. We were always encouraging each other, helping each other through. And, when he would let his unattractive, mean bullies try to beat us up, it was funny. That Gordon kid, big, unattractive redhead, And I thought, he's going to get kicked off the team. All he does is fuss and cuss. And he plays dirty and he tries to hit me and he can't do anything. He was like 6'4", about 215 pounds. Okay. And he would get in I was 5'11", $160. Okay. That kid could not get a rebound. Okay. Unless I let him. Okay. He's about 6'3", 215. He was Chuck Valley size. But he could not get a rebound if I didn't get, I would let him get rebounds. And I thought, I'm going to make the team. I'm destroying this guy. Okay. He never scores, and I feel sorry for him, and that's the only time he ever gets rebounds. And he cusses, and he tries to hit me. He tried to do like the one guy with Robbie Benson on, with the big jock that comes to the blonde jock that beats him up, and he couldn't do it. He would try to swing on me. He tried to take his elbow and put it in my trachea. Okay? And he couldn't. And he would lean in on me and try to push me back, and I would lean and then just let go, and he'd practically fall down. It was hilarious. Okay? What? It was like Bruce Lee playing basketball for sumo wrestler, right? And I still didn't make the team. I thought, I'm going to prove to them, that I'm not arrogant, and I'll do whatever it takes to make the team, and I'll play anywhere they need me. And I thought, I did it, right? No, he cut me right before the season started, just like he did Paul. Okay? And then the serendipity doo-dah of the whole thing was they were playing Bel Air that night. And Bel Air had Zeke Williams, who had a 56-inch vertical. He jumped center against Paco Larson, tipped it right back to Phil Larkin, who was 6'7", 255, 260. And you thought Phil would jump center, but no, Zeke did. And Zeke jumped up and tapped it back. And then when Zeke caught that ball in the backboard and sent it into the seats, I jumped up to Whitey and says, hey, Whitey, somebody needs to tell that kid he can't do that. He told me, shut up, sit down, smart ass. I said, one of us here is smart and one of us is an ass. Maybe you ought to sit down. My mom's like, Earl. I was like, hey, somebody's got to say it, Mom. Okay, guys, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, all right? Peace out. That's my Albertsons play of the week.